Hello everyone, this is Joy Bell.
This is your man T-Bell.
And this is The Life After Love. We have been MIA for quite some time right now. And I don't understand why, because we're quarantined in the house together. But we still been putting videos out. We still been doing things. So I guess we're trying to multitask. But we needed to do a podcast. It was overdue.
Way overdue.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start off with my inspirational moment. Well, I guess moments or inspirational minute. It's just about two things I wanted to talk about. The first one was that my sister Kedra Fairweather has, I guess she has what we call Positivity Reigns. And Speak Life Birth Purpose. And so she does these meditation moments, which are very, very beneficial for meditating and breathing, calming, centering yourself in the midst of everything that's going on. She gives us some music in the background and you just really feel relaxed and everything. So I just want to promote that. Shout out to my sister for doing that. I think it's just very important to have something like that in the midst of everything that is going on right now. So that's Positivity Reigns or Kedra Fairweather.
You gotta spell it.
Kedra, K-E-D.
No, Positivity Reigns.
Oh, Positivity Reigns is Positivity. Reigns is REIGHNS for the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
okay,
I'll put it in the details.
And then Kedra Fairweather, that's Kedra. Facebook or Instagram. She might have a Twitter, I'm not really sure, but you just follow her and she has those meditation moments, so do that. So the other inspiration moment, well, it really just hit me literally when we were preparing for this, was that I have a sorority sister who, her name is Angel Burns, and I was listening to her the other day, and she was just saying that the title of it was just like a little, I guess I can't remember how long it was, but it was just a few minutes discussion, and so it was just called "Delay is not a deny." That's what it was, and I've heard that before, but me and my sister Kedra, we were talking about something that I was talking to her. I was questioning myself about something to do with my calling and my spiritual gift. And so when I saw that video as well, it just kind of made me think. In her video, she was just saying how God may have given you or you might have had goals. You know, we set goals at the beginning of the year, or we set resolutions in the beginning of the year. And then she was saying now we're in this space where it feels like it might have been denied because you kind of just sitting still. But she was just saying that it could be a delay, but that doesn't mean that it's denied because we have no control of what's going on right now. But the reason I wanted to bring it up was because in this moment of being quarantined, I have taken it upon myself to kind of just be able to make myself more available to God and spending more time with Him and things like that. And then in my conversations that I've had, just letting me know in this season that a lot of things that we've been praying for, things that we've talked about, things that we desire, are going to be birthed out of this. You know what I'm saying? This is not all bad. It's something good is going to come out of it. And it's just really are you being intentional and trying to hear what God is trying to tell you to do in this season? Because this is not a time to just sit at home and just rest and relax and that's it. And some of us, you can't rest and relax with kids, but you have to make time to be with God, spend time with Him, and to hear what He has to say to you, because He has something for each and every person to do. And in this season, I feel like this is a time where we can just be able to just rest on His promises, but just continue to study His word and let Him pour into us, because when we coming out of this, we should be coming out better. So that's just my inspirational moment, just knowing that whatever God has told you, whatever promises He's given you, whatever He spoke to you, just use this time to have a deeper connection with Him. And I know this isn't a Christian podcast, but I just felt led to say it, and I'm just not going to sit on things that I feel God has told me now. But just know that in this season, like, the things that you might have felt like weren't going to happen, or things that you've been waiting for so long, like, this is your time to be in communion with God and just see what he has for you. So I'm going to stop there because I could go on and on about that. But it's my little inspirational moment. Do you have a T-Bell rant?
I wouldn't say it's a rant, but I feel like for me, this is the season of pressure. Not like, oh, what I'm gonna do pressure, but like the pressure where diamonds are made. Like for me, it's like, cause you know me, I'm trying to build my brand, trying to get my media business together, trying to be a good husband, trying to be a good father, still trying to do my regular job, and it's like, and still trying to make sure I find time for God, which I've been doing laissez-faire in. It's like trying to find balance and prioritize. I think that's always been an issue of mine, because when I find one thing that I can do that I know will get done, I kind of just like focus in on that, and everything else kind of gets put on the back burner. So it's kind of like what Lionel says: anything, everything, or nothing at all. So it's like that one, whatever that thing is, I'll focus on that and give it so much dedication. Then I say, okay, all right, now I gotta go be a husband. Okay, then I need to be a father. Then I get back to that one thing, and everything else might get neglected. So I'm still learning in this season for me to be able to learn how to still learn what's most important and what deserves my time at that given moment. Like, of course, being a husband and a father, that's gonna be, that has to be in there. But trying to build my personal brand, The Real T Bell, and my media business is like, okay, which one is going to get more attention today, or which one is going to get put on the back burner, or which one I'm going to have to post on, which one I'm going to try and make a video for. So it's kind of like something has to get neglected, but if it doesn't get neglected, you have to find a balance I have to find a balance to say, okay, if you're still you're trying to do all these things, and I might be trying to do too much, but it's like, okay, what day or what time are you specifically going to set aside to focus on this? And how are you not going to burn yourself out by trying to do all this stuff? Because I'll be tired, I ain't gonna lie. Even after I get a little sleep or whatever, 4 or 5 hours, like, it's cool, but you know, after I wake up, I'll be like, oh man, I feel like I ain't really get too much sleep, but I know I still need to do my fatherly, husbandly duties. But I feel like this is one of those seasons where God is trying to make me stronger for other things that will come in the future, but also trying to show me how to learn how to manage my time and show me what needs to be put in the forefront and what can wait to get done later, if that makes sense. That's not a rant, but I
have a rant for you.
Okay.
Y'all, when you walk in our house, there's like 6 boxes
Be petty
by our door. Now, he has already posted his picture with his Walmart boxes, yet he has some more deliveries, and they just sitting there. And so my rant is, which I've already told him, but I want y'all to let me know that I'm not the only one in this. Stop buying stuff and don't open it. It's just sitting there. It's like furniture in our house. He just got the box. He got them neatly stacked.
That's because I know what they for.
Neatly stacked now. It's like they there for decoration. They there to prop something up. I don't know exactly what it is.
That's right. We got one propped up on the sound mixer now.
Tyler orders things, and then they just sit in packages for like months, maybe years. When we moved, he had like a box or bag full of stuff that need to go back to Walmart that he never opened. That was in our house for 2 years. Ridiculous.
That's because it was for projects I was
and he
working
be getting on me about spending money. He spend money and then don't open it up. That just doesn't make sense.
But my stuff be necessities. Yours be clothes.
That's a J Bell rant. I'm just saying. If you're gonna buy it, open it, use it. If you're not, just let it stay there. That's more money that I could be using to
Girl, see, that's your rant. I'm taking money out of your spending.
Exactly. That's exactly what you're doing. So let's stop ordering. If I had a picture right now, guys, I would insert it in here right now so you can see.
But you don't know how to edit.
It is just sitting there. Just boxes just sitting there. So anyways.
One box right here.
He got boxes sitting in this room. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But anywho. So Tyler doesn't know what we're going to talk about as usual.
I had the opportunity, but I chose not to because I want to be surprised like y'all.
So it's two different things I want to talk about. Do you want to talk about the serious or the more funny thing first?
Let's go serious and then end on the comedy.
And it's not really serious, but it's just your thoughts. But so we've looked at the Clark sisters. Mm-hmm. It premiered last night.
What's today? The 13th?
Yeah.
No, the 12th. Today's the 12th. The 11th.
No, today's the 3rd.
Tomorrow's the 13th.
Oh.
So today's the 12th.
Oh, yeah. My dad's birthday was Saturday. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, on the 11th, and today's the 12th. So, yeah, yesterday. So, we watched the Clark Sisters movie, which, if you have not seen it, it is a great, great movie.
Yep. I talked the whole time.
So, my thing I wanted to bring up was there was a scene, and I'm not going to give the movie away, but it's just a scene where, the mom, Dr. Clark, Maddie Moss Clark, she performed with her daughters at the Grammys, and let's say it was frowned upon. That sounds so old. It was frowned upon.
That's basically what they were saying.
But the Church of God in Christ, I'm not really familiar how they set up, but I guess they had like a board or something, some kind of governing board, but they pretty much gave her an ultimatum. She wanted to keep her position within the church, that she couldn't perform with her daughters. And like they were like, you were out there, did they say gyrating?
I said gyrating.
Oh, I can't remember exactly, but it was like they didn't like her going out there in a secular stage and performing with her daughters. Mm-hmm. So I was wondering what your thoughts was. Can I start with mine first?
Please do, my dear.
So my thoughts are, I thought the whole point of being a Christian, like the Great Commission, was to go out and tell the world about Jesus and bring them into relationship with him, so that they would accept Christ and know who he was, know he forgave them of their sins, and so that they can, be reunited with God, acknowledge him, and be reunited eternally in heaven. So I'm just confused as to why it would be a big deal for them to go minister before people who may not have necessarily been Christian or familiar with Christianity, and sing about God, sing about Jesus, but it was frowned upon. And I'm sorry about the frowned upon, but I don't know what, it just keeps coming to mind. It just seems appropriate in this setting. But if that's the very thing that we're supposed to do, I'm confused.
Because you can't reach the unsaved if I'm only communicating or dealing with the people in the same four walls I worship in on Sunday.
Yeah,
I ain't reaching nobody. Most of them people probably weren't even saved. They were just wearing titles. But it's like, you know how they say Jesus reached the masses. He went in some of the low places, talked to some of the more unusual people.
He stayed with the tax collector.
Yeah. So like and he didn't stay with his disciples the whole time. He was like out there, like trying to minister to people. So how can you? Yeah, they were just being judgmental at that point. First of all, let's just backtrack. You watching her gyrating on TV, and
we don't know if gyrating was the word.
I just kept using
what
it.
He keeps saying.
You was watching it, so you taking a wrong turn. So how you gonna judge? And then you being judgmental of me. That's why I don't like those board and ministry council, all that crap, because people get too high and mighty and holier than thou, and they was like trying to be slick using scriptures to kind of downplay this one. What the dude said?
Obedience is better.
He was like, pride comes before the
fall, and she was getting too big.
Yeah, like if that's her ministry, it ain't like she out there in the club trying to sing about sex and all this kind of stuff. She still sing about Jesus. How they receive it, that's on them. But she just using her platform to sing about God. Everything she's saying is ministry. But how do you expect people to reach the unsaved if you stay in your comfort zone. Like, all those people at the Grammy, it's thousands of people on the Grammy stage. You can reach people in TV land, the people in the audience or whatever. Those are people you will probably never come into contact with. So somebody in that audience heard about Jesus. Oh, this song is catchy. I like it. I can vibe to this Jesus thing versus you just standing in the church all the time talking about, yeah, we need to help save the world. How you going to save the world if you're staying in church the whole time? You ain't going out to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a salesperson, how you going to expect to make sales and you hit the same neighborhood every time and you ain't branching out? Because you never know where your breakthrough will come from. But if you just stand in your same little circle, nothing is growing from there. You're not growing as a Christian, first of all. Because, iron ain't sharpening iron at that point. You just, we doling each other out because this is all we see within these four walls. Well, as a preacher, you should be encouraging people to go outside of the four walls, because that's evangelism. That's what we've been talking about at our church for like the last 2-3 years, evangelizing. Just going out into the more uncommon places, talking to people you don't know outside of your church, and
talking to people that's not like-minded. It's easy to talk to people who have the same mind as you.
Yeah.
But when you can reach out to people and you can, like, just through interaction, talking to them, telling your testimony, and can make such an impact that they be like, I just kind of want to know who this God is that you serve, this Jesus that you talk about. That's what we're supposed to be doing. If we just keep preaching to each other like we not,
nothing is happening. We can't save the world that way.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen, because that's like passing out a business card. If I keep giving my business card to the same people, that's not gonna do nothing. I need to get that thing into somebody new hands, because I don't know how this person or me could benefit from that relationship. Versus if I keep giving you a business card, you can be like, okay, but if I go down the street and give somebody else a business card, that's a new connection. So I wish you would have asked them, how can we reach the masses? If when I get the opportunity to minister to people, reach the masses on this platform, how can we reach people that we normally wouldn't? If you just want us to stay within these four walls or abide by these rules and guidelines, how can we do the Great Commission? How can we succeed as Christians, do our job, if all we do is the traditional?
Yeah, and then the other thing that bothered me about it was like it was all men. And
that made me mad.
She was the only woman, I guess, and
she was a firecracker.
From what we saw, she was the only woman.
And my thing was
like, not only was it, I feel like it didn't make sense for what why they were trying, I guess, remove her from her position, but also as a mom, like, I can only imagine as a mom how good it felt to do ministry with your children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you think what you're doing is right and you're walking in your calling, and then you, like you said, you're doing it with your family. You're not thinking about no protocol and all that. I'm doing ministry.
Yeah. And it's just like, it was almost like a shot at her ministry and at her motherhood. And it's just like, I was just totally...
That was an unfair ultimatum.
Just totally threw off by that. So it was a very interesting movie, and it was I think it was some hard topics that they kind of touched on that go on within the church building, the physical.
Not just Kojic, but just church.
Because I'm pretty sure there's other churches that feel the same way, but we just have to keep in mind that we're supposed to be going out to unfamiliar, uncomfortable territories and spreading the word of God. That's just like, if you're a Christian, that's what you're supposed to do. And you're not supposed to stay within your own four walls of your church. It doesn't stop there. And everybody's just like, I want to be like God, I want to be like Jesus. Well, that's just not what he
ain't
did.
stay in the same place.
That was not the example that he gave us. So that was the first thing I want to talk about. So it was just good to hear your feedback on that.
Oh yeah, I was talking the whole time because that joint was making me mad.
It was, but it was some good parts in there. It was Some parts made you cry, you laugh. And I'm talking about Dr. Maddie Miles Clark. You gotta say her whole name. We talking about her. She had some sayings.
She was a little firecracker.
Some of them sayings, I was like, you better go ahead, mother.
Nah, she was.
And that lady who played her was amazing. Oh yeah,
she was the female Joe Jackson, but she was encouraging.
She wasn't that bad.
She was encouraging, but it just came off as aggressive. But those moments that she needed to be encouraging, she would give the right words and especially to what's the piano, the one that played the piano, Twinkie. I guess her and Karen needed the most encouragement, so they would show snippets of what she would say to them, to pour into them, encourage them. You got this. You can do this. You know, God is working through you and all this kind of stuff. But you would kind of get it confused with everything else that's going on because you would just think, oh, she's this hard, tough cookie. But it was like, for me, the whole time, I was like, she needs to be a mom. She doesn't need to be a manager. But it's like she would have those moments where she was speaking to her children because they would doubt themselves. So.
She was just that old school, no nonsense type mother in the church, you know. Mm-hmm. But you could tell she really, really loved her children. So it was a great movie. I encourage everyone to watch it if you can. I mean, you know, what else are you doing at night or whatever? Just
kicking it.
Sit down. So this is my other thing I want to discuss to kind of keep it light. So we're in quarantine, and I just thought, Tyler, if we had to be stuck in quarantine and like Donald Trump had put out an order that was like, oh, you know, no one can go anywhere, and like he put us somewhere, like we all get in quarantine, we got to go somewhere to a certain place, and we can't leave, we can't do nothing. All you got,
you and me are all Americans.
Every American we getting put off in an island like Tahiti. What is that in Moana? What's the island?
Montanui.
No, what's the lady? Tahiti? That's one. You know, wasn't nothing on the island. Mm-hmm. So Donald Trump found an island for each one of us to stay in. We got to be quarantined, so that way we won't be spreading coronavirus. COVID-19. And you have your family and you have your Bible. Auntie Jill kind of asked this, but I just want to know from you, what are the 3 things that you will have to take with you to get through it? We'll say it's like for 3 months.
Physical items or people?
All you got, it don't matter. All you got on this island is myself, Kennedy Jackson, and a Bible.
For me, you know, I'm a nerd. My camera, my laptop, my computer. Probably my phone.
Okay, so explain this.
I mean,
what? I guess my question is, all of them do the same thing. So.
Nah.
So what's gonna be?
My camera, I do my video, my actual video recording. I could do it on my phone, but sometimes iPhone and PC don't be intertwining, right? So if I want to shoot a film or a short video, I can do that on my camera. If I want to shoot a blog or something, I can just do that on my phone. Or I can just take a quick pic. Or I could just call and surf the social medias. My computer, I can edit my stuff. Still surf the internet, but I can edit my videos, my pictures and stuff. And of course, you know, if I want to read the Bible, I don't need a physical Bible. I can just use my phone.
You already have a physical Bible there, though.
Oh, well, it's win-win. So I got 2 Bibles.
So you telling me to survive, all you gonna need?
Oh, dang! I guess I should have said like water. No, they gonna have water over there. Ain't they?
Water and food, the necessities. You'll have that.
Okay.
So what you gonna bring is a camera, a phone, and your computer. The 3 same things, pretty much.
It's not the same thing. Well, let me see. Okay, I probably could leave my actual DSLR recording camera. I'll take my PlayStation. Dang, I can't take my TV then.
Okay, well.
I don't know.
So pretty much what we're getting from you is going to be electronic.
Pretty much.
So that's what is most important to you outside of your family?
Is this a trick question?
No, I'm just asking. That's what you saying you would take?
I mean, yeah, that's what I would take.
Okay. So.
And my snoring machine.
It's island big enough you can go sleep over there by yourself.
Cool. I don't know, man. Them 2, I'm definitely going to take my phone and my computer. That 3rd item on is kind of up in the air.
So, I would take with me. First thing I would take would probably be my tablet. And I would take my tablet not because of like research and stuff, but like I would do it so I could hear music, because that's important to me. I gotta have my tablet because I need to be able to like really get it loud and stuff like that. So I would take my tablet so I could listen to music, and then also I'll take my tablet because that's where I would write my notes in from my Bible study, because I like to write or journal. And so I could do it all in my tablet without having to take all these physical things, because I would like to journal down everything that happens, so that like one day I could share it with the kids or my grandkids, so they would have like kind of a look back of what we experienced, because these are times we've never experienced. So it would be my tablet. Next thing is I would take.
That's number one.
That's my first thing.
Oh, okay.
My second thing I think that I would take would be a picture.
You can have that on your phone or your tablet.
No, I need a physical picture, because
anything
can happen with this tablet.
In these quarantine island, are we separated as a family, or are we just in the general population? Like
no, each family got their own island.
Like it's just gonna be the four of us?
Yeah.
Oh. How many islands we got?
We got a lot. This is in my imaginary mind, okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I will have a picture of, like a picture book of our family. I would have a picture book and have all these different pictures of moments that we've had with family, to see them, to like remind the kids of them so they can see them. Because I don't know, my mama, if she take a phone, she might not know how to work it. Who knows? We wouldn't be able to communicate. So, anyways, so I would have like a picture book so I could kind of go back, and in the times where it'd be hard and I'm just like, I miss people, I would have to be able to go back and look at my picture book.
So this picture book got other people or your pictures of your family?
Pictures of the family.
This four people or your family?
Like all grandmas, cousins, all that stuff. And so my third thing, what would I take? Gotta be something good that would get me through 3 months.
You don't really be having nothing like that. I'm messing with nothing, just your tablet and your phone.
I wouldn't even take my phone. The third thing, because I can see my sermons on my tablet too, hopefully.
Do we got to bring Wi-Fi?
I guess it'll be all there. Like our essentials. I feel like Wi-Fi is essential.
Sound like this is going to be a vacation island.
No, it's not. We don't have nothing. I mean, who want to look at their computer all day? You get tired of that. And so, the last thing I think I would bring would be... I think I would bring our wedding book.
Well, you can't just put that in the other photo album.
Because I need the wedding book, because I need to see the actual wedding, because the times when I want to kill you, it remind me that I did love you at one point.
Well, you want to kill me, just go to the other side of the island. Cool off.
I just want to put you in the water.
Just cool
then
off.
Then I would cry afterwards.
Why?
Because I done killed you.
You realize you're crazy, now you got to raise these kids by yourself?
No. Well, probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But those will probably be the 3 things. And the reason I asked you, because then when I thought about it, but I don't know if the picture book was in, the wedding album was in. I don't know if I got that far. I might have just came up with the first 2. But it just, like when I was thinking about it, when I was asking myself, like, if it really got to that point, we could only, like, just take a couple things with us.
Man, we wouldn't be able to take nothing in that truck the way we be packing.
Boo. In a hypothetical quarantine situation, it just let me realize how much I really treasure music and family. Like I was just thinking, what if, what happened was I'm in this group for wives called Goal Up. I've talked about it before, but Elder Mays is the leader of the group, and she was just asking like, what's the one thing, which I didn't get to answer the question because I was having technical difficulties in the group, but it just made me think like, what was that important to me in my life that I just felt like I couldn't
live without it.
Yeah, live without. And so to me, I know music because I just love to sing, and I really technically don't. I feel like I know enough songs that I could get through 3 months. I could just sing myself. But then sometimes it's just like, you know how I am when I get about certain songs. I just be having to see it for myself. I got to see this particular person sing it. It just mean that much to me.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be why. But it just revealed to me how much I knew my family. I knew how much music meant to me. But when you really think about it that way, I was like, man, like, the family and music, that's what really means the most to me. That's where my passion lies. So that's the 3 things, but I see where your passion lies. You ain't care nothing about your mama, your daddy, your brother.
If I got my phone, Tierra, I can just call them or text them.
Or Trinity. Well, if they phone ain't working, we on the island. You might not get service that'll reach them.
Man, I got my hotspot. Metro go everywhere.
Metro ain't going on no island.
Well,
no, you wouldn't make it.
What I'm gonna do? What you gonna do with your tablet? Either way,
Wi-Fi is different from me trying to call out to somebody.
So I can't connect my phone to Wi-Fi and do Wi-Fi calling. Ooh,
you ain't proved no point. Cause Wi-Fi calling ain't always good. And what if they don't want to talk to you?
Then what you just said that comment for? I ain't worried about them.
Because they mean you might be worried about them, but they ain't worried about you.
So why would I try and call them then?
Because you worried about them. They ain't worried about you.
If they don't want to talk to me, then that's pointless. I just send them an Instagram.
Tyler just be messing up my little hypothetical. We ain't gonna be on Instagram. Ain't no Instagram.
So what
ain't
you want
no
me to do?
Facebook.
Take a bottle and a pen and some paper and do like a little bottle, message in a bottle type situation?
No, I was just interested in knowing what meant the most to you, and I see it's like that's why they want to put family in there, because I was like, who gonna? Of course, they just take.
It's just what you spend the most time on. Like you spend most of your time on your tablet doing all your research and journaling and studying and all of that.
Yeah, but I think my main reason for wanting it was music.
You can do all of that. It's a multi-purpose.
It is. I had extra benefits, but if I didn't have the rest of that, like if I had all that and then I couldn't listen to music, I wouldn't want to take it.
You could do everything. I mean, I understand what you're saying about physical pictures, but
I need it. I need it to, like, like when you be like really, really. I'm trying to say, like, when you really going through, like, pictures can do a lot. You can look at a picture and it can bring back a memory, a feeling, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so that's why it's important to me to, like, have that, because I can look at that and no matter, like, how I'm feeling, like, a lot of times when I be dealing with stuff, and I do still feel like sometimes I kind of go in and out of depression sometimes, but I feel like I can look at a picture and I can just like go back to when that picture was taken, and I'd be like, that was a good time. That was a good moment. And so it just helped me to kind of like, I just need pictures. I need the physical picture.
Help you remember why you love this person?
Not why I love them, but it can just put you in a good place. Like, photography is really starting to speak more and more to me. Like, I didn't understand the importance of pictures. I guess I'm starting to understand it more now with you. But then when we were trying to like plan for decorating for the wall, and I was going through the pictures and I was just going back to stuff, and I was like, man, I remember that day, like the first time we did the maternity photos in that blue dress, and I got sick in the street, and I was like, oh man, I got dizzy. Yeah, it was horrible. But I was like, just looking at that picture brought that back, and I still, even though that wasn't no good memory,
I forgot till you said that.
Thought about the excitement behind, this is gonna be our first child. You was looking a little Yodi before you met him, so you know what I'm saying, little stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So that's why I would just need pictures. So I'm just interested in knowing what you all would bring. Like, what's the top three things that you all would have to take with you? Like, what's most important to you outside? Of course, we're gonna have our essentials like food, water, and your family, and a Bible. So outside of that,
so don't be trying to be all super Christian-y, talking about, oh, got to bring my Bible on the island. It's already there.
As Elder Charles said, don't be so heavenly.
It's heavenly bound, ain't no earthly good.
Yeah, heavenly bound till you ain't no earthly good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I just would be curious to see what other people would think just using this. And I think it's important to know like what you really, really are passionate about, because I've been rereading Fervent by Priscilla Shirer. I don't know how you say Priscilla.
That's close enough. I know you're talking about.
Shirer. But I love her.
From Prayer War Room.
Yeah, from War Room. But she had a book that was very popular some years ago, Fervent. And so I was rereading it, and she was just saying like how the devil attacks those things. What was it? I'm trying to remember. But you have to look at the areas where the devil like attacks most when you're trying to come up, being strategic in your prayers. When you're trying to make prayers, think about where he's attacking you most. And I feel like the devil knows. If I know what makes me happy, I know what makes me feel good, I know that's the places where he's going to try to attack. So I love music. I love singing. And so, me and you had a conversation about something that I was talking to Keidra about, and I felt like that was, not something that was so like just a big brutal attack, but it was just something that kind of made me start second guessing things. Mm-hmm. And so I know now that I have to be strategic about that, because I know that's a passion of mine, and that's something that I really care about. And the enemy knows how to sneak his little way up in there and just be like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get you because I know where to get you. I know where it hurt. So
the bottom line of everything, what you just said right there, is Satan's job. He don't even have to like take it away from you. All he gotta do is get in your mind and plant a seed for you to believe, to say, I'm not good enough and I don't deserve this, and you'll do the rest of self-sabotage for you.
You're right.
Like, that's just like for me and my whole video thing. Like, people ask me for advice, or somebody might say my stuff is good, and I be thinking I will find something wrong with the video, and everybody else will only say stuff positive, and I just start self-sabotaging, like, oh, I could have did this, or I could have did that, versus just enjoying what I created, the process, and enjoying the positive feedback that I received, instead of just trying to find something negative to say about it. Just appreciate all the good that comes with it. But if like he plant that seed and you just let it grow, like, it's up to you to let it grow, or you just be like, nah, I'm gonna put some weed killer on that and I'm done with it. But if you just let that seed grow in your mind, you will stop yourself from doing so many things that you'll set yourself back so far that by the time you realize it, it'll be too late.
Yeah, that's true. So it's important to like understand those mind games, but also having a circle of people and friends around you that can kind of, like, you feel comfortable talking to, that can just like kind of remind you, like, yep, you gotta snap up out of it, because
iron sharpen iron.
Yeah, exactly. So that's always good, because you really just be somewhere moping, having a pity party, and you done missed a whole blessing God had for you. I feel like we about to preach up in this thing.
I'm just saying, because that's one of the best things about being with you. You see, I be dragging. I'm one of those people who are like, if I don't do it, because I'm a doer, I'm not good with like strategy and planning and logistics and all that crap. I'm a doer. I'm like, okay, this is how it can be done. I ain't thinking about the best way, but I know I can do it. I'm one of those people where if I just don't get out there and do it, I will talk myself out of doing it. And then by the time I talk myself out of it, then it's like the engine is shut down and cooled off. And then I got to talk myself back into, first of all, thinking about it and just getting back wanting to do it. It's just a whole nother process. So I'm just one of those people that's like, head first. Let me get out here and do it. Then we figure the details out later, because I got to make sure the ball is rolling. And then I pick it up and examine it later. But at first, I just got to get that thing going. That's just me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we leave, what's one good thing that you would say has happened as a result of being quarantined, or as a result of everything that's going on with COVID-19? Because we know it's a lot of bad things going on. A lot of people losing their lives, or families losing loved ones due to coronavirus. But it's still good in it. You know what I'm saying? Not to take light of the situation, but there's always some kind of
A
good
silver
that can
lining.
come out of it. And so I just wanted to know what's one good thing that you would say that you've seen, I guess personally, that has come out of all of this.
I get to see how my the mannerisms in my kids.
What do you mean?
Stuff you might miss out on if they at daycare or they're away from you. Like you see their moods throughout the day. Like you know how people try and tell you about your kid. Like if the daycare teacher tell you, oh, they were doing this, and then you sit back and say, oh, that's what they were talking about. This is what my child is doing, and this is who my child really is, and my child likes this, or they don't like that. Like you really be having to like spend time with your kids then, because if they're at daycare, you don't know what they're doing at daycare. Because I mean, that's 8 hours away from you. But then like being in the house with them all day, you just watch them back and forth. What makes them tired, what makes them sleepy, how they act when they're hungry. You see how much they are like you. And I'm very clear that both of my children got my hungry gene. Like they are very irritable. Like that's one thing I've definitely noticed from both of our kids. So I've seen a lot of their mannerisms and how they're growing and developing, and just how much they've grown. Like looking at all the baby pictures, you see how far they've come. Just in like a matter of seemed like days. Looking at a baby, it was like you was just a baby. You was just like right here in my arm. Now it's just like you walk in and you crawl in, and it's just a whole situation.
It's time for another baby.
So this has been Life After Love, and feel like
can I say my part? Thank you. Which our baby Jackson, he will be turning 2.
It's April, dog. At the
in
end
a
of the
couple
month.
of weeks. That's my boo gonna be 2 years old. Oh, 2 though.
Stop, you'll make me shit up too.
But I guess the positive thing I feel like that has come out of this for me is just being able to really do my Bible study, because I feel like I have to get up and go to work, but I don't have to go nowhere. So I can just like get out of my bed.
It's easier versus
do what I need to do and come
go
down.
drive somewhere that's 30 minutes. So
because I'm just like, I'm tired. I know I'm going to have to get up in the morning. And so I just really can just enjoy. Like I get carried away, y'all. I be in there and just be enjoying my time. And it's just being able to like, to see God on a different level. Like y'all be so excited. I be reading my Bible study, and like I try to do a chapter a night, and like I try to deeply delve into it to kind of like really understand what it's saying. And I be like, oh, that's one of my babies, Kennedy. I just be like, oh, that's good. I be talking to myself like, Lord, that's good. You knew what you was doing when you was saying that. That was real good. But yeah, so that has been pretty much what I got out of it. You want to go ahead and close it?
Yeah, might as well.
Dog, slamming stuff. So this wasn't our typical, I know, like funny hee hee ha ha
This is
podcast.
day one back.
Yeah, but hopefully it was still something within this podcast that kind of, was just bringing a little light and life into your life. Like I said, this is probably more, we've probably talked more about God in this podcast than we have before, but even though this isn't like, I wouldn't label it as a Christian podcast, but we are Christian, we love God, and so that's how we getting through this. So it's important that we talk about it and be transparent about how we feel, about what we're going through and what we doing. So yeah. So anyways, I've enjoyed this time with you all today.
And if you like this podcast, if you can relate in any kind of way, make sure you follow the page at The Real T Bell. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all those handles at The Real REEL T Bell. We're trying to build a community and get the page to 500 likes. And make sure you follow my beautiful wife on Instagram at One Bella Bell. I'll put all that in the description. But until then, make sure you share the video, like the video, and until the next podcast,
and please share the video, guys, because
it's easy. Share the video.
This is like Rocky Hills Media. I mean, this is under Real T Bell, but it's all encompassing and stuff. And so Tyler is small business. He is a small business. Like, even though the Real T Bill is that, he is a small business person. And so anything, like, even though you know, we all going through hard times, if you share the video, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. And that's the way you can still support him in his small business, is by getting him out there, and then people seeing his content and wanting to do business with him. So if you all could just do us that favor,
and buy a t-shirt.
We really, and buy shirts. We would greatly appreciate it, because that is one of the ways he supports our family, and we have a good time just putting content out there. But you know, I'm so proud of my husband and the work that he does, and I feel like right now he should be blowing up, but you know, that's me. I'm his number one fan. But I just would like for anyone just to click the little arrow, share, or whatever you have to do on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Just share it, and then let us talk to the whole world. We would love to do that. And my baby is crying, so we gotta finish up now.
Till next time, this has been your man T Bell,
and this is Joy Bell, and this has been the
Life After Love. It's been that long. All right, be blessed.
The Love After Life. The Life After Love.
Bye, y'all.
Bye bye.